Lopez threw 25 first inning pitches. And Harris ahead 2-0. And a swift and a miss that time, and it's 2-1. Harris behind on that one. Here in this Scott City second inning. Beavers will be at Spearville on Thursday. They're always a traditionally good program in 2-1A ranks. That one off speed, a foul back, and 2-2. Lopez has done a good job working the count even after he's behind early on Harris. 2-0. It's now 2-2. With Chastenberry to follow. 1-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-2. Oh, he chased one up on the zone and swing and a miss, and there's one away. And Lopez with his second strikeout of the game and 4 outs. Got to bring in Chastenberry, the left fielder, here in Game 2. Berry in Game 1 went 1 for 4, the runs scored. The base is empty here in this bottom of the second inning. Takes a pitch low for a ball. If anything, you're Scott City here, just how maybe wildly Lopez is throwing as it misses a pitch high, 2-0. You almost want to push that count to its limits. Chase Lopez out of the game early. See what Ulysses has behind him. That one inside, 3-0. Lopez really struggling here to find the zone, even though he got a strikeout. But his pitch count is already up to 33-8 after 2 batters so far. Still trying to work on this second batter this inning, Chastenberry. It's 1 out, base is empty, 3-0 count. And Berry will take low ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk. Put a runner on a board. That's a second walk issued by Lopez. He's also hit a batter. And that brings in Junior Mesa. He hit the game-winning knock there. It went off the third baseman's glove. It ended up being an error. And it scored the winning run for Scott City in the bottom of the 7th. In Game 1, 6-5. The Beavers had 10 hits in that first game. They have 1 here. The runner goes on the hit and run, and Mesa fouls that one off, and it's 0-1. So Lopez found the strike zone there after missing last 4 times he threw a pitch. He's a third of the way done in this game at 35 pitches. 0-1, and Mesa popped this one foul, so he's throwing 2 in the middle. Mesa unable to connect on him yet or square it up here. But that game-winning shot by Mesa, that was a strike right to the third baseman. I think it probably stunned him a little bit and wasn't able to make the catch. 0-2 count here for Mesa. Throw back to first. That throw was wide. Berry will stay on the bag as he was stretched out there, but that was a wide throw there. And Berry's in safely. Lopez sets, runner goes, pitch is high, throw down to second. They have a chance to get him, and they do not. The ball was dropped, and a stolen base for Chastenberry, his first of the year, and the count now 1-2. And Scott City has the go-ahead run in scoring position with 1 out. Junior Mesa, the batter. 1-1 your score here in the last of the second. Clean the bag off, and now everybody has a good view of it. Even the umpires in the stands. Lopez sets and deals. Mesa pulls off on it. The pitch low and away. It's now level. Count 2-2. We owe you a station ID here. We'll try to get that after this at bat here. 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Lopez. Looks over at the runner at second. Sets and deals, and that one just a little jammed up, foul back. 2-2, so good job by Mesa battling here. The pitcher, Corbin Lopez, who will have his 40th pitch of the game coming up. in the bottom of the second inning, and it's getting colder as well. And pitch is high, and now good job by Mesa. He has worked the count to a full count at 3-2. It was 0-2, and now it's 3-2. Runner at second, one out here in the second. 1-1 your score. Payoff pitch. Ooh, ball 4. That did not miss by much, and then there's 2 on and 1 out. That'll bring back to the top of the order Avery Radke. Radke walked his first time up and scored in the bottom of the first inning on the RBI single by Tegan Feely. And that pitch is high for a ball at 1-0. Here in the bottom of the second, 2 on 1 out for Scott City. They have an opportunity to expand on this lead. The Beavers have left a lot on the bases here today. They left 9 on board first game. They left 2 in the first inning. They have 2 on. The good block that time by Hostetler on a pitch low, and it's 2-0. Really notice here in the last 10 minutes, the temperatures have dropped quite a bit here. Or it feels like it's dropped. It's only 56, it says, but definitely feels a lot cooler than that. They'll throw back or fake the throw to second. Nobody covering the bag. And good sliding practice there for the junior Chaston Berry. He's at second, Junior Mesa at first. Infield looking for a double play here to close out this frame for Ulysses. Here's the pitch to Radke outside, 3-0. And now Lopez. That's 5 in a row out of the zone. The last 2 for Mesa and the first 3 here for Radke. Lopez sets, 3-0. It's a 4-pitch walk and the bases are loaded. Well, let's go ahead and pause real quickly for station ID. This is Beaver Baseball. Legal ID, top of the hour. Adam Cadavy with you here from Scott City as Ulysses comes out to talk to his pitcher, Corbin Lopez. 20 pitches in this inning, 45 for the game. Yeah, they didn't put the legal ID there. 1-1 your score here in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded and just 1 out. Barry at third, Mesa at second, and Radke at first. 3 consecutive walks here. And it's Aaron Radke, who's 0 for 1. He's been the leader in RBI this year for Scott City. Had a fly out to right field. Gave it a good ride to right field his first time up. The wind's providing a little bit of a chill here. All right. There we go. Pitched. Grounded foul. First base side. Count is at 0-1 for the freshman Aaron Radke. Once again, Chaston Berry is at third. Junior Mesa at second. Avery Radke at first. All walks. Scott City needs to take advantage. The base is full of Beavers, but that one gets away. Berry didn't feel confident enough to come home, and it's 1-1. Probably the right decision there. It took a high enough bounce where it died in the grass and allowed the catcher Hostetler to get to it, and the pitcher Corbin Lopez covered the plate. 1-1 count here for Aaron Radke. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the second, a 1-1 game. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That one outside, 2-1. Lopez throwing 23 pitches in this inning, 48 for the game. He's only had 18 strikes thrown out of his 48 pitches. He's hitting the midway mark of pitches in game 2. And that one poked in the air to left field, and that's going to be caught. Tagging up is going to be Barry. He is going to score. And an RBI sacrifice fly for Aaron Radke breaks the tie. It's 2-1 with runners at first and second, and now 2 out in the inning.
Eddie makes the catch in left field, but there's 2 out in the inning. Runners at first and second did not advance. So Radke remains at first. That's Avery. Junior Mesa remains at second for Emilio Contreras. He'll take a pitch high for a ball. Contreras was hit by a pitch his first time up. I believe that was on a full count as well. That was the 50th pitch of the game for Lopez. 2-1 Scott City. A swing and a miss. That time Contreras way ahead of that one, 1-1. Scott City with 2 on and 2 out here. They need to take advantage of runners on the bases here. Need to get some timely hits. They've only had 1 hit in this game through 2 innings. And Contreras might have been saved by the glove of the catcher, Stetler, because that would have hit him again, and it's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike here for Emilio Contreras. 2-1 Beavers, last of the second here in game 2. That one's low and in, 3-1. So 1 pitch will load the bases here for a second time in this inning. With Tegan Feely standing on deck, he has Scott City's lone hit of the game. And an RBI single in the first that scored Avery Radke. Mesa leads off from second, a 3-1 delivery and a swing and a miss. That time Contreras got ahead of that one again, 3-2. And Lopez, not one that throws a lot of heat, but just got to time it up right. And the runners from first and second will take off on the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Ground ball. This will find a hole in the right field for a base hit. Rounding third is going to be Junior Mesa. He is waved home. The throw is wide. And advancing to third will be Avery Radke. And Contreras, the senior, delivers a 2-out RBI single that makes it 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Good at-bat there for Contreras. Found the hole. Berglund was playing towards the second base bag. And normally that would have been a routine out, but Berglund was playing toward that second base bag. And Mesa scores from second. And Radke advances to third. Runners on the corners, 2 out in the inning for Tegan Feely, who has Scott City's first hit and first RBI in the game. Got that into center field his first time up. 2 on, 2 out for the Beavers, up 2 here in the last of the second, here in game 2. And he pokes this one foul. It's popped up and it stays in. Well, it went up against the fence and running out of real estate. Good effort, though, from the catcher, Alex Hostetler. Followed that, but the real estate ran out in a hurry there. It's 0-1. That was the 31st pitch thrown by Corbin Lopez in this inning. He's now thrown 56. Here's an inning and 2/3. 0-1 count for Feely. Turns into an 0-2 count. That pitch, a called strike up in the zone. Borderline pitch favors Lopez, and now it's 0-2. Avery Radke at third, Emilio Contreras at first. 2 seniors on the bases. 1 senior at the plate for the Beavers, up 2 here in the last of the second. Breaking ball misses 1-2 inside. It's going to be the top of the order for the Tigers in their third inning. Berglund, Ledesma, Hostetler. And Feely will pop this one up. This will be in foul territory. Tice Perez, the first baseman near the fence, will make the grab, and that'll end the inning. But the Beavers do get 2 runs in the bottom of the second inning on a hit. They do strand 2 more base runners. They lead by 2, 3-1 as we head to the third. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. Mm-hmm. Oh, sure.
No, you have to pull that.
Two-run lead for Scott City here as we head to the bottom, or top of the third, 3-1 Scott City lead. Striker Berglund, Caden Ledesma, Alex Hosteller. It's like we're starting the game over again because it's the top of the order for the Tigers, beginning their second trip through. Spencer Kramer did a much better job pitching in that second inning. Threw just 13 pitches in that second inning and had 8 of them strikes. Berglund, Ledesma, and Hosteller do up. The Beavers still need to clean up some of the errors. They've made some good defensive plays, however, that has kept a couple runs off the board. And that right now, looking back, is the difference in the game at this moment. Berglund will ground this one. Feely will pick it up and will sling it over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out in the third inning. Feely to Contreras, 5-3 out for out number 1. Caden Ledesma checks in, the shortstop. Walked his first time up. And was gunned down at the plate on a base hit in that first inning by the Tigers by Hosteller. Pitch misses for ball 1. I've been told the wind isn't dying down. I'm lying to you. I'm just like, I won't say anything then. I won't go any further. Anyways, 1-0 counts for Caden Ledesma, and it's now 2-0. Ledesma walked and was gunned down trying to score the first run of the game in the first inning. Takes a 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. And 3-0 counts. Ledesma found himself in that position earlier. Pitch misses inside. It's a 4-pitch walk, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Hostettler with the first hit of the game for Ulysses. In fact, the lone hit. Scott City's out hit Ulysses 2-1 in this game. 3-1 on the scoreboard for Scott City. Go back to first, runner safe. That's Ledesma. Hostettler the tying run at the plate.
He wasn't ready to put the ball on the plate.
All right. Kramer sets and delivers. Tapped foul, third base side. It's 0-1. So 1 on, 1 out for Ulysses here in the third inning. They've had runners aboard each of their first 3 at-bats. Trail 3-1. Ulysses left a couple on the bases in that first inning. They left the bases empty in the second. This is flying in there to right field. Junior Mesa trying to track it down, and he will not be able to get it, and that's trouble because he dove and has to go get it. That's worth a double there for Hostettler, and the tying run is at second with only 1 out here. And now the ball will get into, the third base, but covered there by the left fielder, Chaston Berry, in backup mode. Well, that'll be a 1-out double for Alex Hostettler. That's their first. Actually, that's the first extra base hit of the day for either side. Even in the first game, did not have an extra base hit. That found a spot where Mesa could not get to it. Good effort trying to make a diving catch. And a courtesy runner for Hostettler is going to be under Spencer. So tying run is at second, one out. Tice Perez, the batter. He walked and was stranded at second his first time up on the fielder's choice. Ledesma at third, Spencer at second. One out here in the third, 2-run Scott City lead. They'll throw back to third just to keep that run close. Kramer now sets as Perez gets ready for the pitch. Foul tipped that one, caught 1-1. Or correction, yeah, 0-1. 0-1 count here for Perez. If Scott City can get this second out, that could be big here. That one inside. Now it's a 1-1 count. Kramer at 42 pitches in 2 2/3 inning. He sets. It's over to the runner at third. Brings home the 1-1, and it's backhanded by Eisenhower. Nice play by him, 2-1. That one went in the dirt. So Kramer kind of in this situation. Now you're concerned about that runner at third. Just getting out here, and worst case scenario, you trade an out for a run at here, keep that tying run away. But now it's a 3-1 count as that pitch misses outside. You can get that, just get strikes here, and as I mentioned, at least if you trade an out for a run, you got 2 outs with the tying run at third, and you can get the opportunity for that third out and keep the lead. 3-1 counts. Here's the pitch. Tapped foul, and it hits Perez. He's okay there. Count now full, 3-2. Scott City got the first batter out on one pitch, and now here comes David Dirks out of the dugout. Going to talk to his infield. The outfielders will, left field and right fielder will go with the center fielder. Barry and Mesa will meet up with Aaron Radke, and they'll go down to one knee in center field. While the infield talks, Coach Dirks. Go over the scenarios here with the 3-2 counts. Wonder if Scott City maybe thinks about or talks about maybe bringing the infield in a little bit for a ground ball here and have a potential play at the plate. Kramer's thrown 45 pitches in this inning, or 12 pitches in this inning, 45 for the game. And now the home plate umpire, Ron Cooper, says it's probably time to break up the meeting for now. Now he's just outside the huddle. And he says they...
Never smiling at him.
Yeah. Now they continue their meeting after, well, we are going to get a new pitcher, it looks like. Are we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ball's in Tegan Feely's glove here. All right, it's a 3-2 count here for Tice Perez. Tegan Feely has the ball in his hand now.
Okay.
And so Kramer is done after 45 pitches. You wonder maybe that's to save him for Thursday against Spearville as well. So we'll take a 1-minute break for now. Let Feely warm up. Scott City up 3-1 with the full count here in the top of the third. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. is now the pitcher for Scott City here. So Coach David Dirks polling Spencer Kramer right after 45 pitches. So that allows him to be available for Thursday's doubleheader at Spearville. And Feely threw 5 pitches in game 1. Recorded 2 outs in a row there. And he'll inherit 2 on and 1 out with a 3-2 count here for Tice Perez. So, it's all or nothing at this count here. This pitch here. Unless it's a foul ball. The 2 in scoring position for the Tigers. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss.
Hey, good job.
And that's out number 2. Strikeout will go to Feely. And Hunter Spencer, the courtesy runner at second. Caden Ledesma, the runner at third, with 2 outs, are still responsible for Kramer. And that's Corbin Lopez checks in, the pitcher 0 for 1. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. Lopez, in his first time up, grounded to a fielder's choice. They closed out the first inning. 3-1 Scott City, top of the third, 2 on, 2 out. The Tigers with 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-0. It's low, blocked by Eisenhower, 2-0. So mention the pitches for Feely that count the roll over into the second game. It's per day. He's at 8 pitches. Lopez is at the plate. Has thrown 59 pitches in just 2 innings. That one right down the middle for a called strike, 2-1. Scott City will have due up the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Kramer, Eisenhower, and Harris in the third inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on in the top of the third in game 2. 3-1 Scott City. Ulysses with a hit can tie this game up. And then out the Beavers will preserve a 2-run lead. Ooh, just missed.
What?
That one missed low and away. Full count, 3-2. Really good pitch there for Feely, trying to maybe get Lopez to chase one out of the zone, but he did not bite. Runners are at second and third, so they're not going to likely take off on a 3-2 count. Misses inside, ball 4, and that'll load the bases. For Ruben Rodriguez, the center fielder, who's 0 for 1, he led off the second inning, reaching on an error. So they did move Harris to third. Kramer is at second, and Radke remains at short for Scott City. Feely has missed on the inside for ball 4. Bases loaded, 2 out for center fielder Rodriguez. Opens up his batter stance, takes a pitch low for a ball. Tyne runs at second for Ulysses here in the top of the third. 3-1 Beaver lead. Ledesma at third, the courtesy runner Spencer at second for Hostetler, who has had the only extra base hit of the day. And now Feely overthrowing it as he pitches outside, 2-0. 2-0 count now for Ruben Rodriguez. And now feeling a little bit of a pickle here with the bases loaded. Nowhere put the Tiger. 3-1 lead. Just got to throw strikes and trust your defense. That one's fouled back. That's a good start there. It's 2-1. It does go full 7. Actually, it'll be Feely in line for the decision, not Kramer. 2-1. Fly ball lift the air, and this is going to pull foul. Ooh, sigh of relief. That might have given Ulysses the lead. Bases loaded, 2 out here in the top of the third. Lopez at first, Spencer at second, the courtesy runner, and Ledesma at third. 2-2 count as Feely will work from the windup. Here's the 2-2. Inside full count now, and nowhere to put him. It's a 3-2 count. Feely needs to just throw a strike here. Otherwise, it's going to be an RBI walk and pull the Tigers to within 1. Runners take off with 2 outs on the 3-2 pitch. Line drive into left field, and that's going to tie the game up as it's bobbled by the third baseman. It's going to score 2, and we're tied at 3. The runner advances to third. High throw, the tag. Got him! But The damage was done on the 2-out single by Ruben Rodriguez that scored Ledesma, and Spencer Lopez out at third as Ulysses has tied it back up with 2 runs here in the top of the third on 2 hits. They'll strand a runner. 3-3 as we head to the bottom of the third. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. It's at 2-5 on that. Ulysses comes with a clutch hit with 2 outs in the top of the third. The runs will be charged to Kramer, but Ulysses gets it tied up at 3. They get gunned down at third base, trying to go from second to third. It's 3-3 here in the top, or going to the bottom of the third. Spencer Kramer due up. He'll be followed up here by Easton Eisenhower and Jackson Harris. Corbin Lopez is throwing 59 pitches through 2 innings. He's on the back half of his day now. He's throwing well over 30 pitches in that second inning. Northeast wind has brought a chill to the air as we're overcast here in Scott City. Softball sweeps a doubleheader today down in Ulysses. They're 2-0 on the year, as they will host the Red Demons of Dodge City on Thursday. I don't know if those 2 teams have ever played in softball. In my 17-year run in Scott City, I don't think they have.
I did.
But it has to have been before then, maybe. Anyways, back to the action here. Kramer 0 for 1, leading things off here in the third inning. Struck out his first time up and takes a strike. Right now, it's Tegan Feely who's going to be in line for the decision for the Beavers, even if those 2 runs do not come around to score. So Lopez starts off this third inning with a strike. Been a while since he's been on the mound. There's a pitching change. Kramer held to 45, and he swings and misses on that one, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Oh, swings and misses, and down on 3 strikes is Kramer 1 away here in the third inning for Scott City. That is strikeout number 3 for Lopez. Easton Eisenhower is 0 for 1, checks in. He grounded to a fielder's choice his first time up. Close out the first inning. He pops this one up. Can it stay fair? No. Just fair or foul by a mere foot. And it's 0-1. We're in the bottom of the third, 1-out, bases cleared, 3-3 your score. Scott City put a run on the board in the first. They put 2 on in the second. Ulysses with a run in the first, or a run in the second, and 2 in the third. 0-1 count for Eisenhower. Lopez delivers up and in, 1-1. Don't forget, you can catch a broadcast of these games. We got archived on Spotify, Scott City Beaver Sports Mix 94.5, and also on Western Kansas Sports on another platform here. It fouled off 1 and 2 the counts. Just loaded those up on the archives there. That's on SoundCloud. So a couple ways you can listen back to some games. 1 and 2 now here for Eisenhower. Oh, he chases one in the dirt, swing and a miss. They'll throw to third to complete the strikeout, and there's 2 away. So Lopez has come back nicely in this third inning. with back-to-back Ks. And 2 outs in the inning. And he's only burned 7 pitches in this inning. Jackson Harris trying to prolong this inning. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. So Lopez been a different pitcher in this third inning, but he misses outside on that one, ball 1. 6 of it, eight pitches have been in the strikes, or have been good for strikes in this inning. He's thrown 67 pitches, 31 now strikes. That's much of an improvement here in this inning, including that one. Curveball in there evens up the count at 1-1. 3-3 in the last of third. Ulysses will have the bottom third of the order due up in the fourth inning. Hauser, Eddie, and Urias. They all first names start with a J. That one poked foul, third base side. Now to play by the lefty batter, Harris. It's now 1-2. You can tell this is an improved Ulysses team from a year ago. 1-2 count here for Lopez. Outside 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Last of the third in a 3-3 game. And good job by Harris as he's worked the count from 1-2 to 3-2. Three-two count here for Jackson Harris. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the inning continues on for Chaston Berry. So Lopez, who found the strike zone quite a bit in his first 2 at-bats, misses on 4 pitches there, or on a full count, 3-2 counts, and 2 outs for Chaston Berry, who walked his first time up. 3-3 last of the third, as now Lopez will work from the stretch. They'll fake the throw back to first. Coach David Dirks thought that was a balk. Umpire says, nope, it wasn't. He was fine. And now Harris takes off, and the hit and run swing and miss throw down to second. And they do not get him. The runner's safe. And Harris in there with a stolen base. Swing and a miss. Buried down in the count, though, 0-1. They tried to execute the hit and run that time. And Harris with a stolen base. At second, 0-1 count here for Chaston Berry. Pitch misses 1-1.
Not bad.
Yeah, 1-1 count here. Pitch. Oh, swinging that one is Berry swung underneath it. Level swing might get that into play, but now it's 1-2. But keep swinging, keep protecting the plate here if you're Berry here in the last of the third. Runner at second. 1-2. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Caught him looking. And Lopez, who struggled in the first 2 pitches, or 2 innings, strikes out the side here in the third inning on 17 pitches. He's now got 76 in the game. As we are tied at 3 as we head to the fourth. Back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. And Scott City Baseball presented here once again today by Metzger Family Farms, Midwest Mixer Miller Veterinary Clinic, Norder Supply, New Life Market, Pioneer Communications, Perfect Auto Detailing, Plain Giants, Platinum H Insurance, Pokey Feeders, Precision Ag and Seed, Protect Spraying Service, Our Brothers Auto Mechanic, and Richards Financial Services. 3-3 here in the fourth inning. Bottom third of the order facing Tig and Feely. Jackson Hauser 0 for 1. Will take a called strike, count at 0-1. Feely came in through 9 pitches and got the last 2 outs in the inning after Spencer Kramer hit 45 in the third inning. That one low in the dirt, 1-1. So Coach David Dirks keeping Kramer available for Thursday at 45 pitches. 25 with, if you pitch the next day, 45 you pitch in 2 days. Here's a fly ball in the right field, and that's going to hook fair, and that's going to be worth extra bases. Rounding first is Hauser on his way to second. The throw not in time, and it's a leadoff double for Ulysses. They have 2 extra base hits, all of them in the game, both doubles. And that went opposite field that time for Hauser. And a leadoff double. Ulysses is out hit Scott City in the second game 4-2. And that brings in Josh Eddy, the left fielder, who's 0 for 1. A ground out his first time up. And 3-3 here, but Ulysses has not led yet today in either game, but they're threatening with the runner at second, nobody out. And that's going to be a dead ball. It hit the batter on the bunt attempt, and now there's 2 on and nobody out. And now the 9-hole hitter, Jaden Urias, checks in, and Coach David Dirks is going to talk to the home plate umpire if he's not happy about a situation there.
He turned into the ball.
Maybe he turned into the ball, but nope. Urias 0 for 1. And that's tough against the bottom third of the order. Strikeout for Urias the first time up, but first time facing Feely here in this second game. 2 on, nobody out for the Tigers. Threatening here in the top of the fourth, tied at 3. First baseman Contreras comes in. They show bunt pitches in there for a called strike, counted 0-1. So you get the feeling Scott City's going to go to 3 if they put down the bunt here, if they can. Jackson Harris, a freshman over at third, has to keep an eye on that. That one tapped foul, and that will eliminate the bunts, and it's 0-2. But even if you're on the infield, you want to try to at least have an opportunity to get the runner at third if you can, but it's going to be tough at 0-2. 0-2 pitch, inside, 1-2. Also, I wonder if Coach Dirks is arguing maybe that the runner at first, Eddie, may have swung at that one when he bunted and turned in. I never thought about that till just now. 2 on, nobody out. Pitch is poked foul, and it's still 1-2 for Jaden Urias, who came in relief, pitched the first game for Ulysses. He threw total of 34 pitches in game 1. Still 1-2, now 2-2. Scott City's trying to stay up top the league standings with Holcomb coming to town next Tuesday. They go to Spearville on Thursday. That pitch, that's behind the runner. Now the batter runner takes off for third. The throw down not in time. And that advanced the runner's 90 feet on the bases. And it's now full count, I believe, at 3-2. So Hauser to third. And Eddie to second, and nobody out. First base is unoccupied, but Feely needs to just get one out here. He will not, as that's fouled off. And it's still full at 3-2. Here in the top of the fourth inning, Ulysses threatening, tied at 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes again. Misses ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. And nobody out. First time that really, even though he came in with a 3-2 count our last inning, Feely has really been pressured all year. Striker Berglund checks in 0 for 2, back to the top of the order, and that's tough. The infield in, the first and third baseman on the infield grass, and that pitch is inside for ball 1. You have Hauser at third, Eddie at second, Urias at first. Hauser led this inning off with a double, and then Eddie was hit by a pitch, and then a walk to Urias, who worked the count full from 1 and 2 to full, and that one's fouled off by Berglund. The third trip through the batting order for the Tigers. It's 1-1. Nobody out, bases loaded. Ulysses threatening to take the lead here. It's tied at 3 here in the top of the 4th. They've out-hit Scott City 4-2. The Beavers have also had 2 errors here in this game. This one's popped up in foul territory. Now the count is 1-2. If you can't get the strikeout, the best case scenario for Scott City, you can get an infield fly here. Two in a row would be ideal here. The 2-2 or 1-2 misses low and away. Now it's 2-2. So Feely now at 29 pitches here in this second game, 34 for the day. He's throwing just 14 strikes here. With the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the 4th, tied at 3. Payoff pitch, swinging a
Caught it.
or 2-2 pitch, swinging a miss, foul tip caught, and that's a big first out of the inning. The batter, Caden Ledesma, the shortstop, brings the baseball to the home plate umpire. He has walked twice. Nowhere to put him for Scott City here in this top of the 4th, tied at 3. Here in the second game of this twin bill, that one's inside for a ball. That was a big strikeout for Feely. If anything, maybe gets his confidence back up. He has 2 strikeouts in this game. Because he just works with the windup and with the bases loaded. And he'll throw in a strike taken all the way by Ledesma, 1-1. Hauser at third, Eddie at second, Urias at first for Ulysses. 1 out here in the top of the 4th in a 3-3 game. Ulysses scored 1 in the second, 2 in the third to tie it up. They scored their 2 runs with 2 outs. That pitch is low and away, 2-1. This would be another ideal opportunity if you can't get the strikeout to get an infield fly. That's a strike. It's the inside, 2-2. Ulysses didn't really like that call, but it's been consistent both sides. 2-2 for Feely. Pitch, swing and a miss. And Ledesma is down on strikes. And a big strikeout for Feely. Bases loaded, 2 out now. You just need to get 1 more, but the hot-hitting Hostetler, who has to take his catcher's gear off, his shin guards at least, checks in with 2 outs. A single and a double over to right field both times. He's been the hot bat for Ulysses. He has 2 of their 4 hits here in game 2. Hauser at third, Eddie at second, Urias at first. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, tied at 3. Pitch, swing and a miss. That was foul tip, but it wasn't caught. I don't believe that the count is at 0-1 nonetheless. 0-1 count here for Hostetler. And that's in there for another called strike. Feely now ahead in the count, 2 strikes with the bases loaded, 2 outs. 1 pitch away from striking out the side here in the top of the 4th. Oh, here's a fly ball, lift the air to left field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. That'll score 1 run. And that was really a good play by Chasten Berry. It dropped in front of him. He barehanded the ball. That saved a run, and it's now 4-3 Ulysses. Their first lead of the day, a 2-out single by the hottest bat in the group, or the day for either side, Alex Hostetler. That scores Hauser from third. Eddie goes from second to third, Urias to second. 2 outs in the inning for Tice Perez, who's 0 for 1. And he grounds this one right past the shortstop, Radke, and that's going to give Ulysses a 6-3 lead. Now they got the runner between second and third, and there's going to be no throw. the courtesy runner for Hostetler will advance to third, and all of a sudden, 2 pitches in a row, Ulysses has a 3-run lead. So a single by Perez scores Eddie and Urias, and those early inning walks have come back to haunt Scott City. And it's now 6-3 Ulysses here in the top of the 4th as Coach David Dirks will come to talk to his infield. Just to settle him down a little bit as Ulysses has come back with the last 5 runs of the ball game. The last 3 here on just 2 consecutive swings with 2 outs. We may possibly get a pitching change here. Yep, we will. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back, as that ends Feely at 39 pitches in game 2 and looks like 44 for the day. I want to keep him available for Thursday. So 6-3 Ulysses, 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the 4th. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is. It'll be a season debut when we come back in a minute. This is Beaver Baseball. It's going to be Aaron Radke.